Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to those who have subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, do the right thing and subscribe. Today I'm going to be talking about teaching at an international school with Fikile Mavuso. I'm gonna leave her link to her channel on the description below. Please go check out her channel, subscribe to her channel, and like the videos that she's done on international school, even the one that we have done together. So please make sure you check that out. And also check out this video to the end and to learn more about what it's like to teach in an international school. So yeah guys, thank you so much. Please leave a heart at the end of the video if you watch to the end. Okay, then I know, I really appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Okay, hi guys. Today I have a special guest. Her
Yes.
name is Fikile. So I'm just gonna let her introduce herself. Today we're gonna be talking about teaching at an international school. So please introduce yourself, Fikile.
Okay, hi guys. My name is Fikile Mavuso, and I come from Nelspruit in Mpumalanga, South Africa. I currently teach here in Taiwan at an international school. So yeah, that's just me in a nutshell.
Nice. How long have you been in Taiwan?
That's always tricky to answer that question because I've stayed in Taiwan before. I stayed from
Mm.
2017 to 2019. I was studying back then. I was here
Mm.
on scholarship. I was doing my master's. Then I went back home to work for a few years, and then there was COVID, so I was home. And then I recently came back so I've been here from August. So
Oh, so
yeah,
you've kind of lived here before, so you know like your way around and stuff like that.
yes,
So
yes.
you're not new, okay? You've been here.
Yeah, I'm new as a teacher, but not new. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So do you live in the south or the north of Taiwan or
I
central
feel like
Taiwan?
the central part, because I'm in Yunlin, so it's halfway. But I feel like the north part is more far, like further from where I am.
Mm.
So sort of central south-ish, but not south south. And what about you, the city? I don't think. I think you've moved.
I
I,
no, I live in Hsinchu, so it's like
okay.
northish. It's not
Yes.
north. It's not like Taipei, but it's
Yes.
still north, I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, how did you like? Okay, before that, like you said, you did a master's degree. What
Mhm.
was your master's in? Like,
Okay. So I did my bachelor's degree in chemistry. I did that in South Africa, and then
mm,
I came here to do my master's in chemical engineering. So it was still science majors because of my background in science. But while
yeah.
I was um, studying here, I was also teaching part time, like at cram
Oh.
schools. So that's where I got like most of the
You have
experience.
the tea. Like you're teaching part time. Like people always asking me, can you teach part time in Taiwan? I have no idea.
You can. There are schools that like literally target students and people who already have ARCs. So you
Oh,
sort of have to have an open permit to do that, to work
oh.
at those schools. Sometimes you don't have to, but yeah, you have to have an open work permit.
By
Yeah.
law.
Yes.
Okay, so since we're gonna talk about international school, I was very interested to know, like, you're the first person like that told me, like, oh, I teach in an international school. All the people that I talk to, like, they teach in a public school like me. So
Mhm.
that's why I was interested to talk to you. So thank you so much for creating time to talk
It's
to
my
me. I appreciate it. So how did you get the job, like, at an international school? Let's start there.
Okay, so when I started thinking about coming back to Taiwan, I explored my options. because at first I came as a teacher, so this was totally new. But I
Mm,
knew there were like those Facebook groups where you go and you can look for jobs. So
yeah.
I added each and one of all of those groups and just kept my eyes glued to those groups and like turned on the notification so that if something is posted, I'm literally the first to see it and I send an email like at that time. If it's said two
Yeah.
minutes ago, I'm sending an email,
Yeah.
and then also I had tried to come through Group Asia. I actually did get hired through them, but I wasn't happy with the package and everything. And I was like, okay, I can't leave my job back at home for a package like this because I was already comfortable at home, I can say.
Yeah.
So I just wanted a little bit more and yeah, so I opted for an international school. That's how I got the job. I applied through like directly to the school because they posted on Facebook. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So if somebody is interested in teaching at an international school, like
Mhm.
Facebook should be your friend, I
It should
guess.
it should be your friend and LinkedIn. Lately they also post on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So what grades do you teach at an international schools? And like, do you like what's your working hours and like how are the students? How do they behave?
Okay. I work from 8 Well, I need to be at the school at 10 to 8, but my
Mm,
classes don't start until 9-ish.
mm,
I sometimes do have 8:30 classes. So let me say they start from 8:30 sometimes, and then I knock off at 5. But it doesn't necessarily mean I'm busy throughout. So I have gaps in between where I sit and prep, or I'm just at the at the office. Sorry, yeah. But those are my working hours. And then what is your other question? Sorry.
The other question was like the kids, how are
Oh,
they
the
like
kids.
what are the grades that you're teaching?
Okay, I currently the school is combined. We call it, back home we say it's combined. It starts from
Mm,
kindergarten, not even kindergarten, like baby class, like 2 years old.
nursery like. Mm,
Yes, and then it goes all the way to grade 12. But I
oh,
currently grade 3 to 6, and I
um,
teach science currently. I teach science because of my background. I was very happy to get that
mm,
because I also just want my CV to always have that science element. So
yeah.
I teach science, and then I have one class where I teach English. So
Mm,
yeah, the kids are okay. Kids can be naughty.
yeah.
I have I have classes where the kids are very well behaved. Obviously, they will try you from time to time, and I
Mm,
feel like it also depends on the. It's not a core teacher; it's a homeroom teacher. So when you teach, the homeroom teacher is just there. They don't really help you out. If the kids are being naughty and
mm,
being they don't help it's your time, so you have to deal with disciplining the kids and all of that. So it also depends on the homeroom teacher. Some homeroom teachers are very strict, so when you get to the class already the kids know what to do. They greet you, they sit down, they open their books, and they're ready for you. And then some
mm,
of the classes where the homeroom teacher is a bit relaxed,
yeah.
obviously the kids they will try you. They'll be like, let's see how far we can push the boundaries. But for the most part they do listen. If you punish them or if you discipline them, there are those type of kids who will you know sort of feel like some remorse and sort of feel bad
Mm,
and want to correct it. So far I can't really say it's bad in terms of the kids. No.
okay, that's good. So would you say you're happy at an international school?
I am. I
Is that a deep
um.
question? Oh my god.
So I think what I can compare it to, because I've only taught at Cram before, and then
Yeah.
now I'm teaching at international. So it's something new. It's something new for me, especially the hours. I was used to starting midday, and so in the morning I'm free. So now it's
Ah,
new because this is really like a 9 to 5 job. Um,
yes.
and also I feel like there are some things I'm not talking about my school specifically, but when I speak to other school, when I speak to other people who are in international schools, they feel like
Mm,
what you see in the contract, you don't deal with that only. There's other just things that are just like, hey, like
Yeah.
you have schedule, but then there's like, yeah, you need to do this. And you're like, okay, when did we discuss that? There's a lot going on because the
Mm,
curriculum is not the local one. So there's a lot going on. There are tests that they need to write that are international. There are
mm,
exams, it's called Cambridge exam that they need to write. So there's a lot of prep that goes into that because they need to write that to be, they sort of prepare, because these kids in international schools, they want to go and study overseas after matric. So they want to go to like Australia and all these English
uh,
speaking countries.
mm,
So you have to push them. So it's a lot of work. It's
yeah.
very busy. There's a lot going on compared to other schools I've heard when I speak to my friends.
Mm,
Yes.
okay. So what are the, because you have a master's, like what are the qualifications that are required? Like, do you need a master's to teach at an international school?
No, no, you don't. You just need your teaching license, so it can be your B.Ed, Bachelor's in Education, or you need a science degree, not a science degree, any degree
Mm,
with a TEFL.
okay.
Yeah,
So at
so
an
it,
international, you can teach like a degree and a TEFL. You don't need to have SACE or anything like that.
no, I don't have that.
You
I
don't
just
have
have
SACE?
no. I
Wow, and you teach at an international school. Oh my gosh. You see, that's why I want
Yeah,
to talk to you. You know, like I always,
exactly.
everybody, like, I always think that everybody needs to have SACE, like, except for cram school. You know, I
Mhm.
know cram school, you don't need SACE, but I thought, like, pretty much like every other, you know, institution, you have to have SACE besides cram school. It's new information for me. Wow, thanks.
Yeah, no, I just have my science and a TEFL, and I feel like also the experience that I had before counted.
Mm, it helped, yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah, and I also have friends who have B.Ed. They have a B.Ed. I feel like the you should just always apply and figure out what they will say, because when I look at the teachers there, they all have different qualifications. So I think they look at how you can just help out, where you can fit in. So
Yeah.
yes, yes,
So you just be on the lookout to check, like, if you know you
yes,
can, you know, be accepted or not.
yes. Don't limit yourself. Just apply and find out. Yes.
Okay. So do you have like a co-teacher in an international school? Because I heard you said you only have like a homeroom teacher who's there but not really to help you. So do you teach by yourself?
Yes. I
So
teach
does that
by
mean your students are like really good in English? Like their level of English, can they understand like your like
yes.
instructions and things like that?
They are very fluent. When you,
Okay.
because I teach science, right? I think
Mm,
at home we would call it natural science because it's primary school.
yeah.
So you have to teach them about living things, photosynthesis, all these things. You can't really teach that to a child who doesn't understand. So they are
Yeah.
quite fluent. It flows, especially the lower grades. Surprisingly so, the lower grades are the one who know, even the kindergarten, because I go to kindergarten to read them a story, I think once in 2 weeks or once in 3 weeks or something like that. Yes. So
Mm,
I go there and those kids can understand. They can understand English. So I think that's the whole point of an international school. The kids
mm,
already know English. You just need to teach them subjects because they learn science, social studies.
oh,
They learn everything in English as
that's
compared. Yes.
it makes your job easier, right? If they already know
It
English.
does. It does.
Yeah, that's
I should say though, I do have classes that are called ESL. So whatever subject you're teaching, they start with ESL. So I teach science, but it's ESL science. So those kids are a bit, they don't know English. Most of them come from public school or bilingual school, whatever. Sorry. So those classes are a challenge. So I have to sort of use pictures more, a
uh,
PowerPoint more, so that they get what I'm speaking about.
picture what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yes, but those classes are usually like kids of like maybe by they are 10 in a class and stuff like
Mm, okay. So what about money?
that. Yes.
Let's
I don't
talk about money.
I
What's
think
the package? Do
eh,
you get housing
Yes.
allowance? Do you get flight reimbursements? Like, what are the benefits of teaching in an international school?
Okay. I didn't get flight dondoni.
Okay.
No, and I also feel like it depends. Sorry, it depends contract to contract, because the contract that I signed is different from the contract that I've been seeing lately, them posting and advertising. So, but all of us didn't get flight something. We had to cover
Reimbursement.
our own flights. So we just get the salary. I wrote some points for you. We get the salary. The salary depends on what are you teaching. For the higher grades, your secondary and stuff like that, you get more, because their curriculum is quite hectic. It's very international. There's a lot going on there, and I'm hoping I can go there soon, because I want to teach chemistry since I have a background there. And then they do offer you, okay, let me give you the range for the so the salary is like 70 one to, I've heard stories, I don't know, they say some people make up to 100 um thousand NT. I'm not that person, but that's the rate. That's the range. It counts on your experience,
Yeah.
qualification, stuff like that, and what grades you are teaching. And
Mm,
then also if you're a native speaker or not, because we do have teachers who are not from the native
yeah.
speaking countries, right?
Countries.
And then they do offer you housing. Right now, so they give me housing money. From my own pocket, I only pay 500 NT to add to the money.
Oh, that's
Yeah, so
great.
I can say my housing is covered. So I just
Yeah.
pay 100 NT to add on. But that was me as well, because there were houses that are lower than that. And the county where I stay in, the rent is quite low. The rent
Really?
is really low. I pay 3.5. So I feel like that
No, you
that's
guys.
really low. I'm
You
telling
live
you.
in, sometimes I feel like I complain about how expensive Taiwan is, and I feel like I'm
Mhm.
the only one. Other people are living their best life. Like where I
Yeah,
stay, so expensive. And like when you look at the place, it's not worth the money. You know
not
what I mean?
worth, right?
So you just like, okay, you want me to pay 12,000, but it's not looking like
It's not
12,000.
looking
Okay.
exactly. And
So
some buildings can be quite old also. But
yeah,
yeah, so they also pay you for attendance. If you have a perfect attendance for the whole month, you are not absent at any point, they do give you, and like money, it's not that much, but they do give you. And then they also pay you for Chinese New Year holidays. And also you get, also Chinese New Year, you have a bonus for that. And then you also have an end of the year bonus. So for the Chinese New Year, if I'm not mistaken, it's around 15 KNT, and the end of the year bonus is around 25. But also
ah,
it's dependent from contract to contract. But
yeah,
yeah, they do pay for that. And I've heard that international schools, most of the time they pay more than other schools, right?
yes, mm-hmm,
Yeah,
yes.
yes.
Did you
But
see
also
my son mention the money? I was like, okay.
yes, but I do feel like you pay for it. The work is a lot. I do feel
Yeah,
like you earn it.
of
Yes.
course. Nothing comes for free, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. Thanks for sharing that information. So, last question that I have, like, what advice would you have for somebody who's interested in teaching in an international school? Like, just in one line, what would you say?
I'd say go into it with an open mind. It's not gonna be boxed into what you think. So just
Mm,
be ready to work harder than, I think, other schools. No shade to other schools, but I feel like there's a lot. There's
yeah,
honestly a lot. Also, the parents, they pay a lot of money, so they expect,
a lot.
they
Yeah.
expect, they don't expect the kids to be failing, or they don't expect some pages to be not marked. So you need to be always on point. You need to be prepared for parents calling in and so on. But yeah, keep an open mind to it. I feel like if you want to save, maybe you are working on a project at home and whatever, and international school is the way to go. And then after that, when you're done with your stuff, maybe you can go to other schools where it's a bit more um
Relax.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. That was like a lot of information, which I really appreciate. And I'm sure my subscribers would also appreciate. But I think you, in your channel, you share a lot more about like teaching at an international school, right? So if
Mm-hmm.
they have like anything that they want to find out more, they can always, go into your channel, check your videos for more things, because we might not be able to cover every single thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the information that you've shared, like, is really the most important. Then they can also do their own research, really, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If they
They
want
can,
more.
but they're welcome to ask me as well. I've been getting questions, so
Yeah.
they are welcome. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.